So, retirement is not a holiday. What do I mean by that? Well, you know, often when you're on holiday and you're looking around, lying on the beach, enjoying cocktails or whatever it is, weather is great, the sun is shining, the sangria is flowing, the sea is, lapsing by, and you think, you know what? I think I could live here. And we have these romantic ideas of what retirement might be like, or, a better life away from the drudgery of work and all of that. But of course, we're being seduced, aren't we? We're being seduced by the sun, the sea, the sangria, the fact that we're not working for a couple of weeks or something. And so then we start having these ideas of, hey, maybe we could buy a little shop here and, buy a surf shop, or, start a bar or something and give up on the rat race. And we have all these romantic ideas, which of course are shattered the moment we get home, back to reality and the drudgery of life. And I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. Get out of the sun here. It's a hot, hot day today. That's what I mean about retirement not being a holiday. Yeah, for those, that 1 week a year, that 2 weeks when we're in a sunny place by the sea and everything feels great. Realistically, could you live like that 24/7, 365? And that's the thing. When it comes to making a retirement decision, we can look at other people's lives. We can look at, idealized ways of living. That's not to say it's not achievable, but what would you actually do if you don't have work? Speaking to a number of people who I know have already retired, I'm here now in a beautiful place. It happens to be my sister, who retired about 7-8 years ago. And yeah, they seem to be living the life. They've got a lovely house in a lovely location in France, pool, the weather seems fantastic, all of that seems ideal. But one feedback I do get from people who've already retired is you've got to have something to do. Yeah, you've got to have a hobby or a focus, or a routine. In a way, that's the great irony. We work all our lives and we become programmed to having a routine. And when that suddenly goes, yeah, for the first few weeks, I can imagine it feels like a holiday. Of course it does. Hey, you don't have to get up for work and all of that. But retirement could be for a long time, depending on when you retire. Could be for another 30 years, another 20 years, whatever it is. That's a long time to kind of just be living a holiday style. So you definitely need to find something to do, to find a hobby. And yet at the same time, I imagine, since I'm not in that situation, but I'm thinking about these things, I imagine whatever that hobby is, that focus, needs to be something that you genuinely enjoy. There's people always say that if you find, even when it comes to working, if you find something to do that you really love, it's not work, However, in my experience, I've enjoyed working. I've enjoyed some aspects of the job I do, but however much you enjoy, have a passion for that job, inevitably there are moments when it feels like work and you wish you weren't doing it. That's inevitable. So the prospect of not having to do all of that is very seducing. And when you come away from your humdrum life, or whatever it is, your 9 to 5, and you have a break and you go on holiday, yeah, that seductive combination of sun, sea, sangria, whatever it is, might kind of get you thinking, this is what I want to do in retirement. I've come out to France on a regular basis now every year. And every year as I get closer to sort of potentially thinking about retiring, I'm thinking, yeah, I'll get myself a little house in France. I'll come and retire early and just live here and live the life. But I'm experiencing all of this as a holiday. I'm not experiencing this as kind of on a long-term basis. Today, there's a heat warning because the temperature is going to be off the scale. My sister tells me of having like 8 weeks, 9 weeks of unbroken, intense heat, and how miserable it is. To me, especially from the UK, I'm thinking, miserable? That sounds amazing. But of course, I'm not living it. I'm not living that reality of a kind of, an expat out in a hot country that hasn't had rain for 8 weeks or anything like that. And if, you're into gardening and it's too hot to even do the gardening and stuff like that, that's the everyday reality of the dream of retirement. When you go on holiday and you see all this, or you go and visit somebody in that scenario, it's almost like you're having like an Instagram view of what life might be like, because you have, for those 2 weeks or that 1 week of your holiday, you haven't got a care in the world, really. You're just kind of enjoying it. I don't think, and I imagine, I'm not in that situation, that it's not a true reflection of what retirement would be like. So all I would say is, if you're making any decisions while you're on holiday, then definitely you need to take them with a pinch of salt. Wait until you get back, cogitate them, think about them in the long term, and then by all means, use a holiday or a break like that as some kind of inspiration, a spark of an idea of what you might want to do. But when you get back, I think you need to do all the boring, hardcore, practical thinking about, is it realistic? What would I actually do? And actually, in that way, it can be quite useful to make you think, okay, if I'm not working, what is my replacement? What hobby do I want to do? Do I want to travel the world? Do I want to stay in one place? The situation that we have in the UK in terms of Brexit, unless I apply for residency in France, for instance, I can't just come out here and live here. I'd only have 90 days. And then that would stop me from going to other countries in Europe, and some other countries in Europe anyway, because of certain rules. So you have to sort of think these through. Maybe, my partner is from Osaka. Maybe I spend, 90 days in Osaka, 90 days in France, 90 days in the UK, the rest traveling, other parts of the world. Who knows? But the point is, you have to think about the practicalities and the realities of whatever that dream you have that is sparked by your little break or vacation or whatever it is. So yeah, sure, vacation seems really nice, but that is not retirement. Your retirement is not a holiday. It is the rest of your life. So what are you going to do for the rest of your life? Anyway, just food for thought and things I've been thinking about. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And of course, hit those likes, because I like it, YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content just like this. And of course, if you're new to my channel, then do me the great favor, hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell, and that way you'll know when I go live with videos just like this. Talking of videos just like this, why don't you check out the videos right here? These ones here. I think you like them. Thanks for watching.